take ownership of your life.
Take ownership. Take extreme ownership. Don't make excuses. Don't blame any other person or any other thing.
Something great happens in your life, great. You can take responsibility for it. Something bad happens in your life, great. Take responsibility for it. Radical ownership of your life. No excuses. It is only you and you to blame.
I think people struggle a lot with the concept that something can be both painful and empowering. It's this hurts, therefore it's bad. Taking full accountability of your life with all of the deficiencies that you have may be the most painful thing that you do when you look at yourself in the mirror and say, this is my fault. In saying, this is my fault, those are also the first two steps of progress, because it's my fault, not anyone else's, which means it's my responsibility and my action that can change that.
Take ownership of everything in your world, the good and the bad. Take ownership of your mistakes, take ownership of your shortfalls, take ownership of your problems, and then take ownership of the solutions that will get those problems solved.
Each day you can have your own why, and sometimes the why is the same for days, for weeks, for months, for years. If I ever find myself unable, like I have sad times like everybody else, I'm angry like everybody else, I get frustrated, but when the sadness becomes normal, when I don't have a day where I kick out, when the anger becomes normal, so I ask myself, what the heck is wrong? And a lot of times I lose track of my why. Why am I even doing this?
Work on your list of whys. One of the big thrusts for success is to come up with a strong enough why. If the why is powerful, the how is easy.
If you're not constantly performing without purpose, you're not going to be ready when the time comes. It's this magical thing, purpose, that we're all looking for. But what's funny about it all is that we need these things to perform. But we don't take a second to realize the purpose is always there. The purpose never leaves us, because the very purpose is you. You are always the purpose.
There's a verse in the Bible that says, as a man thinketh, so is he.
Act like the person you want to become. That's not fake it till you make it, by the way.
So whatever you're thinking about, that's who you will become. Because thoughts lead to actions, actions lead to habits, habits lead to lifestyle. And that lifestyle is what dictates who you are, brother.
Intentionally act like the person you want to become. Because when you intentionally act like the person you want to become, your brain sees you taking those actions, so your brain starts to change the way it relates to you. When your brain sees you high-fiving yourself in the mirror, it starts to go, oh, wait a minute, Steven loves himself. Steven's cheering for himself. We don't beat Steven up.
You ever hear the term, you gotta fake it till you make it? You know, before anything, I was getting the fake ones. I was rocking the fake ones like this, but proud, you know. I used to drive a broke-down banger of a car, and in my head, that was a Ferrari. So I was able to almost, you know, just believe it into reality.
Confucius had a great saying that, every man has two lives, and the second starts when he realizes he has just one.
Imagine when you're older and your grandkids say to you, Granddad, tell me about what it was like when you were young. And you say, I didn't really do much, to be honest, because I was worried about what other people would think of me. I never took my shirt off because I hated the way I looked. I didn't start that business because I was scared it might fail. Just think about how silly that would sound. You only get one go around at this thing. Blink and you'll miss it. Crack of the whip and then you're gone.
At this age, I want you to live your life. You done made mistakes. You can't rebuild and correct the things that you've done.
Don't ever think or believe that you gotta smoke what they smoke, drink what they drink, wear what they wear, be a part of whatever it is they made you do. And guess what? If it's considered something negative to me, but yet you're doing it that makes you happy, I want you to do what makes you happy. Live your life.
Whatever you're doing in your lives, we're all gonna die one day, so don't get too caught up in the bullshit and the hype. Live your life while you're here, because you never know what's gonna lie around the corner. Heart attacks, disease, wars, life could just hit you like that, so try and enjoy every day. That's what I'm trying to say.
I've said it before, I'll say it 1,000,000 times. You gotta believe in yourself. You can literally do anything that you want.
You got to bet on you. You believe in everybody else, you clap for everybody else, you support everybody else, you baking cakes and making cookies for everybody else. But when are you gonna look in the mirror and believe in the darn person you see? It's about time for you to believe in you, because you got it. You got it. You just got to bring that thing that's on the inside out. So when I went to the combine, I already knew what I had. It was just time for me to show the world.
The world belongs to optimists. Because if you're going to do anything big, you have to believe that it can happen. Otherwise, it never will.
That Sean Puri thing. The cynics get to be right and the optimists get to be rich.
I always felt like I could do anything. That's the main thing people are controlled by. Thoughts, their perception of themselves. They're slowed down by their perception of themselves. If you're taught you can't do anything, you won't do anything. I was taught I could do everything. And I'm Kanye West at age 36.
Life isn't fair at all. So what are you going to do about it?
Nobody cares. You know, at the end of the day, nobody cares. What we're going through, how your body feels, nobody cares. We gotta do our job. Life is tough sometimes, and it's not fair. And it doesn't care sometimes. But you're gonna hold true to what you believe, and you're gonna hold true to who you are, and you're gonna be that person whether it's easy or it's not.
I knew that no one was coming back to help me. No one was going to miracle me to be somebody special. So I had to start developing an indestructible mental toolbox. So I sat there on that couch and I realized, man, I am a piece of shit. And even though the world helped me get here, my false reality helped me even more.
The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done.
Well, let me tell you, I love haters, to be honest with you. I show them nothing but love, and they're the gasoline to the fire, to be honest with you. If you're not getting hated on, you ain't doing shit right. You need people talking about you. You need people saying, I don't like that person. Because in turn, they really want to be you.
Let the laughs, the mockery, the comments, the jokes that they cracking on the text chain, whatever it is they're doing, let that be the fuel to remind you that what God is doing, people are laughing, and they're laughing because they're noticing.
Success is the only revenge. As you expand, they shrink into irrelevance. As you get louder, no one can hear them. You don't beat them, you cast a shadow so big, no one can see them to begin with. When people copy, they copy the wrong stuff because they don't know why it worked to begin with. And when it breaks, they don't know how to fix it because they didn't build it. So don't sweat it. Copycats will always be behind.
He was like, the only thing that you can do is win so big that all of them constantly compare themselves to you. And then you'll forget they exist. And that's when he said, success is the only revenge. He's like, it's not the best revenge. He's like, it's the only one. There's no other revenge.
A lot of us want to find peace first. So people say, man, you always talk about this suffering and pain and shit. I'm at peace right now because I went through that. You don't find peace first. If you do, Merry Christmas, more power to you. I found peace on the opposite end of finding myself. No one really finds himself without going through trials, tribulations, suffering, accountability. And accountability is suffering.
Because everybody just wants to be comfortable. Everybody wants to sit on the couch. I don't want to go outside, it's cold. I don't want to do this, it's hot. Like, you've got to do things that you don't want to do because you show your body that your mind is the boss. Your mind is telling your body what to do, and then you have control.
We want to skip forward to peace. Let's just fucking fuck all this. Let's skip all this pain and suffering and misery of real life. Let's cover it over, nice big blanket, and let's find peace. No, sorry, it's not possible.
Create a life that you can't wait to wake up to. I live that life. I hate to sleep. I hate sleeping.
I've never heard that before.
I love every minute of my life. Love every minute of it. I can't wait to wake up tomorrow.
I'm always waiting for everything to be perfect before I live my life. I'm always waiting for everything to be perfect before I live my life. As soon as these things line up, I'm going to live my life. Man, I'm so guilty of that.
Love your life, right? You know, find the things that you can enjoy. Be curious. You don't have to have all the answers when you're 12, 15. I get emails from 13, 15-year-old kids, right? What do I do? What do I do?
Whatever you're doing in your lives, we're all going to die one day. So don't get too caught up in the bullshit and the hype. Live your life while you're here, because you never know what's going to, like, around the corner. Heart attacks, disease, wars, like, life could just hit you like that. So try and enjoy every day. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't get too caught up in the bullshit.
What does don't half-ass it mean to you?
Don't half-ass it. Boy, that never goes out of style, does it? Do it.
say what you can do what you say. If you can't do it, don't say you can do it. Don't over leverage yourself. Don't over leverage a decision and then jump in and kind of dip a toe. I think I'll try it out. No, think if you're going to try it out beforehand, but when it's time to go, dive. I mean, think about it. If you're going to do something, if you've chosen to do something, whatever it is, easy, hard, if you give it your all and you don't half-ass it, win, lose, draw, get what you want, don't get what you want, whatever the outcome is, you don't half-ass it, at least you're not going to have to wonder, ooh, would the outcome have been different?
Why would you not go for it? Why would you not take a chance? At one point in time, you got to take a chance on you.
I firmly believe when you give everything you got to something, I'm talking about blood, sweat, and tears, everything you got to something. The peace in that is not the result or the reward. The peace is the fact that I gave everything I had to it because this is who I am.
Yeah.
That if I have unbelievable big dreams and big goals, then I have to go through hard times. It's like hate, the hard times are a requisite for success. And so if you're going through hard times right now, it means that you're on the path to success. And it's not that you're on the wrong path. It's the feeling of being on the right path.
I had big dreams. A lot of us have big dreams, big goals. And when you have goals that are maybe outside your reach, you have to know that getting to that goal, you're gonna have a lot of bad days. When I fail, I can't spend much time in that fail zone. I have to be able to get up and get after the next day just as fast.
I get happier about the harder it is because I know that no one else will follow. And I think if you can shift from this is hard to no one else will be able to do this, then it flips from being this thing that you're like, oh, poor me, to oh, poor everyone else who's gonna have to fucking try.
There's no losing, only learning. There's no failure, only opportunities. And there's no problems, only solutions. So to me, what failure is the mother of all success.
The total number of people who have ever been born numbers about 100 billion. Now ask, how many total possible people can be born? That number is astronomically large. We're the lucky ones. We're the ones who get to die. Most people who could ever exist will never even be born.
All right, to everybody that's out there that's looking at this stream right now and seeing this man accomplish his dreams, anybody could accomplish their dream. Long as you have it, long as you could do it, long as you could believe it, you got to achieve it. You know what I'm saying?
I say chase your dreams, man. Do that thing, man, that keeps you up at night. That thing that bothers you, man, that makes you trip. You can't quit thinking about it. That thing, man, that you wake up in the middle of the night, you got a new idea. That's what you got to chase.
Kids have dreams, but adults make them reality.
Dreams are something you have to believe in. I almost gave up on mine. To all of you out there, please keep your dreams alive.
So make sure you never give up. I don't give a fuck if motherfucker next to you is hating on you. Do not give up.
Don't be afraid to fail big, to dream big. But remember, dreams without goals are just dreams.
You're not gonna stop me from what I gotta do. Don't let nobody stop you from what you gotta do. Because once you do that, they already won.
If you're going to try, go all the way. Otherwise, don't even start.
There's some games you don't get to play unless you're all in. And the other thing that's so interesting about being alive is that you're all in. This is gonna kill you.
This could mean losing girlfriends, wives, relatives, jobs, and maybe your mind.
Take the biggest fucking risks of your entire life right now. I want you to start to create this mindset of taking risks and going big.
It could mean not eating for 3 or 4 days. It could mean freezing on a park bench. It can mean jail. It can mean derision, mockery, isolation.
The person who risks nothing, has nothing, does nothing, is nothing. That person may avoid suffering, pain, and embarrassment, but that individual will not learn, grow, feel, love, or change. Only the person takes risks is truly free.
Isolation is the gift. All the others are a test of your endurance, or how much you really want to do it. And you'll do it, despite rejection and the worst odds, and it'll be better than anything you can imagine.